leaving a different two-darter, but he might just be under the most kind of pressure you can get in this spot. And Lloyd's done brilliantly there to leave tops. Speaking of tops, that will do very nicely, and his confidence will be swelling by the second because of that. And he does like living in Hampshire. Or should I say, you're just over the border, aren't you?
Big moment for Walker. And he lands his first winning double. Was using very, very recently, isn't he?
Ironically, Simon is not using either set at the minute.
180.
Knows where the camera is. And somebody loses the next match. The loser of that match will be close to out.
And Lloyd Walker will be out. And he is out after his first match. He can't make it through. All he can do now is put himself in the shop window for a return to the Motor Super Series. Stepping in, he played well on his debut. Some decent stuff. He got back from 2-0 behind to 2-2, but it is Kieren Smith who closes out the win. The doubling in it really was a difference. 4 out of 7 for Smith, including a 78 finish. And he wins it 4-2, moving on to 10 points and actually moving to the top of the table. 6 clear of Mason Whitlock and Aaron Beanie, and that gives that game even more importance. And it's coming up next. Last night's session. Really, really enlightening stuff. And really confident stuff, just like that finish. Choosing to go the 13s route and then hitting top.
2 4s. He's still alive. Still got ambitions of getting through this group, but he needs a lot of things to go his way over the next few matches. But he's done his job. He's beaten Aaron Beanie. And now, I suppose, he could do with Aaron doing him a favour a little bit later in the day in some of the fixtures. But that is what we've just seen. Mason out-averaging Aaron by a good 10 points. But just like yesterday, his doubles were very, very good. 41% yesterday and 40% there in his opening match. So well done to Mason. When we come back, it's going to be Osborne versus Thornton. And if Osborne wins, he sends the Thorn packing. Already looks quite negative. Maybe it's just not there this week. Whereas Colin is right there.
And that is right where he wants it to be. Colin Osborne carries on where he left off yesterday. A fabulous 116 checkout.
You know what we used to say? Don't put Robert in the corner.
But he's looking in the corner here. And he finds it. 3-2. Turnaround it would be. And is it going to be the start of the ultimate turnaround? One thing now could break his heart, and that's a 158 finish from Colin Osborne.
Surely not. Not going to happen. But if Thornton finds tops, it looks like it will be his best performance in Group C, because yesterday his best was a 75 average.
To take the first step on the 1,000-mile journey. But Robert Thornton stumbles.
Colin, you
and that could result in the journey being too far.
Straight for it. Aggressive as well. 8. Osborne will be feeling very, very good about that. It is a game that could have got away from him, but Thornton now knows that he is painstakingly close to the exit door. Before Saturday, for the first time here at the Motor Super Series, they both dropped under the 80. In fact, their averages were identical, which is a strange twist of fate. However, Osborne on 12 points now is a mere 1 win away from guaranteeing his spot into Saturday night. It already looks good. I'm sure he'll get there at some point. But who will stop him? Who could possibly join him? When we have Whitlock against Walker in the next match, that might tell us a little bit more.
Mason here on 19. Which way will he go? The free 8. And he's 2-0 up.
Mason Whitlock.
It's his doubling that has won him these games. I spoke to him before.
17 was the shot there. However, Mason Whitlock is starting to find something better than yesterday. Great first start. Now, the right thing to do here is to stay away from the 20, which is exactly what he's done.
Game shot.
Bravo, Lloyd. Bravo.
Lloyd
Great
Walker.
thinking, great execution. And you're not going to be bageled by your buddy in the next hour. So do yourself a favour, Whitlock Jr. Keep doing that.
180.
Get yourself a double 4 and make your old man very, very proud. He already is.
Taking his time here, wants to leave himself a finish. That's wise, but drifts into
Mason,
the
you're
3,
required.
unfortunately
8.
for him. Double 4 for Mason Whitlock. And he
Game
wraps
shot
up
and the
to win
match.
4-1
Mason
against
Whitlock.
Lloyd Walker there. He hugs his friend there. They're good friends behind the scenes. But Mason wins the spoils for this one. Keeps himself in contention for getting through to Saturday. Averages a solid 83. 3 180s for Mason and 2 for Lloyd. 100% on the doubles for Lloyd, but only got the 1 chance. Mason, of course, getting the 4 doubles out of 9 and the highest check out of tops. Next up, we've got Kieran Smith facing Robert Thornton. Friday
Kieran,
Frenzy,
required
if he would have
52.
left a double 1. He's left 52 here. This is a chance to wrap up the game. He's got double 16. One more dart at it.
That'll do.
Game shot
And Kieran
the
Smith
match.
has done exactly
Kieran Smith.
what he needed to do. He's won his last 3 games against Robert Thornton, and now that he's on 12 points with a superior leg difference to that of Colin Osborne, he is top of the table. And winning by 3 legs might just be the difference between getting through this group and not getting through this group. Mason Whitlock, who is 4 points behind the top 2 now, has got an awful lot to do. However, Osborne, who wants to win this group, is back at the end of round number 2, and he's playing Beanie. Mr. Beanie, the man with the big beans on his shirts. He's next.
Well, here he is now, trying to take out 76 to take an early 2-leg lead. And on tops,
Game shot on the
he
second.
pins
leg.
it again.
Colin Osborne.
Osborne does everything in his power to leave tops in these situations. That's why
Game shot and the
Colin
match.
goes back to the top of the
Colin
table.
Osborne.
He's still undefeated after 7 games. He's still not providing us with his vintage stuff. However, in that game, that was rather steady, wasn't it? 87 on the number, 4 out of 7 on the doubles. And it just goes to show how good Colin Osborne can be, because that looked like a C or D game from him. There's so much more in the tank, but it was still quite an impressive performance that keeps his undefeated streak alive. It's all over to Robert Thornton and Mason Whitlock when we come back. That game, with all due respect to Robert, is all about Mason.
For Whitlock to win this match, to get back within 2 points, knowing that he could put himself level before the end of the day, and the last match could be a straight
180.
shootout, and that kind of thing will certainly help.
180 shooting today has been really good. He's got
43.
himself 6 already. And it's not even the end of game 3. Who does he think he is? Conan Whitehead? Oh, this is brilliant.
123.
Every now and again, he treats us to a leg like this, and he proves that the game is there.
57. Mason, you require 58.
If at this stage of his career he's able to do these kind of things, it's very encouraging.
Game shot.
Because
the
that is an
fourth leg.
11 darter
Mason
to equalise at
Whitlock.
2-2. Pay for that.
Mason, you require
What a
80.
gift for Whitlock. He's going 2 tops. And he's got them
Game
both.
shot on the 5th leg.
Tried it
Mason
yesterday and failed, but today is a very, very different day.
So praying that Thornton makes a mess of 41. And even if he does, he might not be in a position to do anything
40.
about it.
He
Robbie
can't
required
do anything
41.
about it. It's going to be 1 for tops.
And there it
Game
is.
shot
Thornton
and
gets
the
a win,
match.
and it could be one
Robert
that damages
Thornton.
Whitlock's hopes. That is great news for Kieran Smith. And it also means that Colin Osborne is through. He is in 2 finals night on Saturday. Kieran Smith looks set to join him. If Smith wins his next game, he will be through, or wins any game between now and the end of the day. Before that, 2 players already out of the running, Lloyd Walker and Aaron Beanie, will go head-to-head next. Treble 19 for Beanie. And the ball.
64.
Not a bad try from Aaron.
You require 32.
Well, 3-0 Beckons. Starting to get comfortable up there, isn't he?
On the third leg.
Showing a little bit more.
Aaron, you require 72.
72 then for Aaron Beanie to avoid losing this match. 4-0. Oh, this could get very, very messy. But
Game
that
shot on the
is a
fourth leg.
superb shot,
Aaron
particularly
Beanie.
under the pressure that he's facing.
Lloyd, you require 32.
Wants it, you can tell.
And there it is. Walker wins for the first time at the Motor Super Series. Lloyd Walker from Portsmouth wins on home turf. A 4-1 success against Aaron Beanie, who has struggled today. That shoulder injury really causing him trouble. Walker, it wasn't pretty. It started to kind of fall apart as he approached the winning line, but maybe now he's got to win. We can see the best of him. Success for Lloyd Walker for the first time. Coming up next, a big match at the top of the table. The two players who look destined to be going through, and all could be solved after that game as Colin Osborne takes on 85 points required here to win the opening leg against Smith, who's not in finishing range, which may inform Osborne's decision.
Game shot on the first.
That was a little unorthodox, but it worked well for Colin.
With him.
That is a real mess. Kieran Smith with that moment in front of him.
10.
That is, oh, he can't believe it. I can't believe
Colin,
it.
you
Colin
require
Osborne can't believe his
60.
luck.
I think Colin might have cast a spell on him.
Didn't get a dart from
Game shot on the
56.
sixth flag. Colin
Osborne.
Colin, you require 10.
Get the trumpets out. I think Colin Osborne's about to qualify.
Good guide. Just kiss it off the barrel. Or maybe not. He didn't like the guide. What do I know? He knows better. And Osborne does find the double to win the match, and he remains unbeaten. 4-3 over Kieran Smith, whose wait to join him just goes on a little longer, and Mason Whitlock's hope continues at least a little longer as well. Lloyd Walker is going to take on Robert Thornton, and then Osborne will meet Whitlock. We will know whether this story has a little bit more to run or whether it will be all over in a couple of games' time. Stay with us. We've got a darting ether, haven't we?
We do.
Colin Osborne looking to produce some more magic. On tops,
Game shot
wizardry
the third leg.
from Osborne.
Colin Osborne.
The Shanghai shot completed, a 2-1 lead.
Lloyd, you require 87.
So 87. Treble 17 will be the first target. Now double 18. That becomes double 9. Has a little glance at Thornton's score. Surely he's going to go for it. He wouldn't dare not, but he finds it. And Lloyd leads 2-1. And it is a unique darting atmosphere that I know many people around the country, and indeed even further beyond than that, want to tick off their bucket list.
Lloyd, you require
As Robert
164.
Thornton ticks the 180 off in this game.
Well, this would have been quite something, but all he can do now is set up and put pressure on Thornton.
124.
And that he does, leading tops. But Robert Thornton here, we expect him to lead top. He's so reliable on tops. Can he hit it with his third dart?
Game shot.
Of course he can.
Robert Thornton.
Was it ever in doubt? Double 19. Let's see. He's gone straight at it. He's confident. We like to see that.
60.
Just
Robert,
short.
you require 52.
He leaves himself tops. Of course he does. We're talking about Robert Thornton.
Game shot.
He's going to hit it every time.
Robert Thornton.
And he has hit it to force a last leg decider for his second successive match.
7.
And now he is in a last leg shootout with Lloyd Walker. He has found something, Robert Thornton,
140.
in the last hour or so.
Yeah, there's grit, there's determination.
177.
This is why he is a two-time world senior champion.
43.
Well, Lewis alongside me mentioned it. There is no quitting this man. And he started off the last leg perfectly, and suddenly all the pressure is on his opponent.
Come on, Lloyd, what are you made of? He's made of 180s.
180.
First to a finish, despite the fact that Thornton kicked off this leg with a fabulous opening salvo.
180. Lloyd,
It's a
138.
feast of 180s here at the Moda Super Series. Robert Thornton
58.
here. Is he going to
Rory
leave that
McGuire,
tops again?
44.
Is he going to go for the single 4? Of course he is. To win the game on double 10.
34.
Chance goes begging, which means an opportunity
Lloyd,
for his opponent.
80.
Come on, tops.
Well, that would be bold. Goes for the treble. Sensible stuff. 20. 4 tops to get a memorable win.
60.
Well, don't shake your head in the background, Robert Thornton.
McGuire, 10.
He hadn't hit it yet. This is your chance now. And he does it. He battles through the pain. He does not quit. A word for Lloyd Walker, of course. It's his big day here on last minute notice, but he's put on a great performance against Robert Thornton, the Fawn. Lightning Walker. He'll want to be back, but Thornton there, 88.88. The average is pretty similar, actually, but the 180 stats, we love to see those at the Moda Super Series. 3 to Robert Thornton, 2 to Lloyd Walker. The checkouts there in Robert Thornton's favour. Brutal on tops, as we like to see. Next up, we've got Mason Whitlock facing the winner of the group, Colin Osborne.
Colin, you're back on
And it was Paul
127.
Hinks that came up with 127 in game. And there's a lovely interview with Paul on our YouTube channel.
Game shot
There you go.
for
2-0
second.
Osborne
Colin
with a
Osborne.
1-2-7. And are you tempted?
Colin, you require 50.
He's tempted, all right. What do you want to do?
Surely not.
He's going for it. Oh, Colin. Chicken. Double 16. And he wins the game.
Shot on the
So the
mark.
Wizard has got
Colin
18 points
Osborne.
to figure it out. And he takes Mason Whitlock out of the equation. He's not going to make Saturday on debut. And the most relieved man in the building right now is Kieran Smith, who has found his way to Saturday night after being bottom of Group A. So Whitlock loses that match by 4 legs to 2. Colin Osborne's got 1 match left against Walker in game 13. And when he plays that, he'll look for a little slice of history to see if he can get to 20 points in Group C. But before that, it's going to be a matter of Beanie up against Mr. Relief, Kieran Smith.
Fans would love to be in that position.
Wouldn't they just? It's going to be 62 for a 4-1 victory, and whether he knows he's through or not, this is to grab another win to get to 14 points. Double 16.
Game shot on
He does
the
win.
match.
He does get to
Kieran
14 points. A 4-1 success. Not happy with how he played. And it wasn't the greatest performance. But look, it's job done. Embrace it, enjoy it, and hopefully he can do that when he takes on Mason Whitlock in his final match of the day. Beanie is beaten again. He has really struggled, and it's understandable with the shoulder injury that he is trying to fight back from. His return to darts, well, it was okay yesterday, hasn't gone well today. He's still got Robert Thornton to play, but coming up next, it's Colin Osborne, the Group C winner, taking on Lloyd Walker. Double 9.
Game shot on
Nicely
the second
done by
leg.
Colin Osborne. Now
Colin
2 legs
Osborne.
away from that perfect campaign.
For leg, it's Colin to throw first.
Didn't
Game
seem to
on.
realise that he was throwing first there. He's so relaxed up there. I fancy not. Oh, he's gone for it.
That's what always happens. Welcome to the world of commentary. They do what you say they won't do, but what Colin Osborne has done is won every single match in Group C. A remarkable feat achieved. He joins the record book with Richard North and James Wilson, and he has won all 5 games for the 3rd time this week. What a week it's turning out to be for the Wizard. A 4-0 success over Lloyd Walker, and Osborne wins the group by winning every match. We do have 2 more games to come for you. Kieran Smith will take on Mason Whitlock, but before that, Robert Thornton meets Aaron Beanie.
Well, Aaron Beanie has a chance to make it 3-2 here. He's not out of the game. He's hit the treble, so that gives him the double 19.
57.
Now it's time for Robert to end this. Maybe to end their pain and their misery and their suffering in Group C. And that's what he does. Robert Thornton wins an attritional battle in our penultimate match. Aaron Beanie, well, it hasn't been your day, and it definitely hasn't been Robert's. Unfortunately, his perfect record of making Saturday nights here at the Motor Super Series is over, but we'll see them both again, I'm sure. Get yourselves all right, lads. Leave the stage and leave it for Kieran Smith and Mason Whitlock, who will be the final match.
In temperament,
On the third leg, Kieran
Mason
Smith.
Whitlock has accepted the fact he's out and then decided, I'm here to entertain.
To make tomorrow. They must be rectified if he wants glory.
13. Oh, that was the intention.
73. Kieren, he required 32.
Wanted to do it in style, but he might not do it at all. At least he ends with a smile on his face. Mason Whitlock has made an impact here at the Super Series. But it's Kieran Smith who is heading through to finals night. A 4-1 win to end his campaign, and boy has he turned his week around. Remember, only 1 win in 15 in Group A, but only 2 defeats in Group C. Both of those came at the hands of Colin Osborne, the Wizard, who wins the group. Smith comes in second and will join him at finals night tomorrow. Mason Whitlock bows out with that 4-1 defeat, but he may well be back. That remains to be seen. Smith will be back tomorrow, and we'll be back in just a couple of minutes' time. We're having a chat with the group winner, Colin Osborne.